Guelph housing supply doubled in April, while the average sale price in Guelph continued to climb. Our months of inventory, which is a stat that measures our supply versus our demand, went up above one full month's supply for the first time in a whole year in Guelph. We had 1.2 months supply in April, which is up from only 0.6 months supply that we had in March. However, to put things in perspective, anything under 6 months supply is still considered a seller's market, so we're still in a very extreme seller's market. The average sale price for all houses in Guelph went up 3% from March to April and is currently sitting at just under $1 million at $997,000. However, when you break that stat down into housing categories, the average sale price for detached houses remained flat, while townhouses actually dropped by 8% and condos dropped by 10%. So the stat's really misleading. What actually happened is we had a much higher percentage of detached homes sell in April compared to March, and that artificially pulled up our average sale price. Some other indicators to watch is that the number of homes that went to multiple offers in April was down to 69%. So that's down 7% from what we had in March. And we actually had 2% less sales happen in April than March. And that's unusual. Typically, you'll have more sales in April and then more sales in May. So the fact that we had less sales is showing that our market is starting to slow a bit. There's a couple of factors that are impacting the market and causing it to cool down. First of all, one of them is just seasonality, which is, as we approach the spring, we tend to see more inventory come on the market, and that tends to cool things down as we approach the summer season. The second factor is that in April, we had a 50 basis point increase in interest rates, and the Bank of Canada has announced that they're likely going to be doing another 50 basis point increase in June. We could see prime rate go up to as high as 3% before we start to see that curb inflation. And what that means is that the 5-year posted rate would be around 5%. These rapid increases in interest rates are causing some buyers to sit on the sidelines and wait to see how this shakes out. These rising interest rates will make it harder for buyers to qualify for as much of a mortgage. However, on the bright side, there are more homes on the market, which means a larger selection. And as of right now, there's 119 homes on the market in Guelph that have been listed for over 9 days. So these properties are a lot less likely to go to multiple offers. Right now, we have more supply on the market than we have over the last year for buyers. And if you purchase soon, you'll be able to get a much better rate than you will be able to at the end of this year or early next year. Immigration is going to far outpace new housing starts over the next year, which means we shouldn't see any major impact on housing prices. We're in the same boat where our demand well outweighs our current supply. For sellers, you may have to be a little bit more patient in this market. Not every house is going to sell in 7 days. You may not get multiple offers, and you may end up dealing with an offer that has conditions in it. However, we are still in a very strong seller's market, and it's still an excellent time to sell your home. If you're someone who's thinking about buying and selling, this is a much nicer market to do that in. However, depending on the property that you're selling and the home you're looking to buy, you may want to decide to sell first opposed to purchasing first. But we can help you decide what's the right strategy for you. I'm Brad Wild from Go Wild Real Estate, a group of professionals who are passionate about helping people build wealth through real estate.